offensive struggles and the results didn't change yesterday. Rodgers fumbled twice. They were shut out in the first half. Mason Crosby didn't help either, missing a career-high 4 field goals and an extra point in the loss at Detroit. Take a listen to Rodgers after the game.
That's frustrating. We've been kind of a one-half team, one good half and one not-so-good half. I was a little off. I missed a couple I usually hit. If I hit Devontae on that first drive, he might score. On a crossing route, they dropped him. I gave him 10. We missed field goals, obviously, and had a turnover on the 1 yard line. You put all that together, that's a lot of points we gave them. I got to play better in the first half. Second half got in the groove, but myself and our offense got to put together a full game one of these days.
We are joined by Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings. Well, Aaron Rodgers did say he was a little off. Skip.
Yes.
How much of this is...
Thank you, Jenny, for allowing me to go first on this one. The main reason the Green Bay Packers are now 2-2-1 is that Aaron Rodgers is not playing like the best player on the planet, according to you, and I think you're somewhere in that ballpark also, but I have to hear this day after day. He's the greatest quarterback in football, not Tom Brady, but Aaron Rodgers, and he is not playing that way right now. Through 5 games, Aaron Rodgers' QBR, I love me some QBR, is only 53 through the 5 games. And that's on a scale of 0 to 100, so it's just slightly above average, and it's below the QBRs of Blake Bortles, Joe Flacco, and Eli Manning. Is that good, Shannon? That's not very good. And by Aaron Rodgers' standards, I'm going to go so far as to say that's just sorry, given that you think he's the best quarterback in the game. So yesterday, Aaron Rodgers was careless with the football twice in the first half. He got strip sacked twice. He gave Detroit the ball at his 23 and his 29-yard line. That resulted in 10 points that contributed heavily to the halftime deficit of 24-0, which is the worst halftime deficit of Aaron Rodgers' career. Now, he also readily admitted, as we just heard, that he missed Devontae on a wide-open crossing route early in the game, in the first series of the game, that probably would have gone for a touchdown. And it wasn't that he missed him with the throw. He just, I don't know why, he saw him and just decided not to go there, and he second-guessed himself after the game. So the best quarterback in football set a terrible tone, especially in the first half of a game that turned into a disaster, and it was a division road game that came a few days after he had thrown his coach under the bus for his play calling the previous week. And obviously, I'll be the first to admit that the same Mason Crossbar who kicked my Cowboys out of the playoffs 2 years ago with 2 hand-of-God field goals from 51 and 56 yards at the end of that game, inexplicably went south yesterday and missed 4 of 5 field goals and also missed an extra point. And I'll be the first to admit that Green Bay's punt return team botched a punt return that gave Detroit the ball at the 1 yard line and just a walk-in touchdown. So that contributed. But in the end, Green Bay is not Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers is no longer Aaron Rodgers. Does he have some sort of knee? Well, as you always tell me, he's playing on whatever it is, sprained or whatever, and he's still wearing his brace. But he bounced back in the second half and at times looked like Aaron Rodgers. But in the end, they're 2-2-1, and I don't think Aaron's going to be saying on his radio show tonight or whenever it is, RELAX. Not this time.
He probably had him a scotch, and he'll be just fine. I love the fact that he says, look, I turned the ball over twice, and that led to 10 points. I gave them 10 points. Now, I'm going to excuse Mason Crosby's 56-yard miss. I mean, we're asking guy to make, even though he's indoors, he has that kind of leg. I think his career long is 58. But those other 3, that 42, 41, 38, and the missed PAT, that's 10 points. That's more than enough to win the ball game. The thing about Aaron Rodgers, the first thing he said, I got to play better. He said, we got to put together more than one half. We didn't play well in the first half. I got a rhythm in the second half. We played well. I got to do a better job of protecting the football. We missed some field goals. We gave him one. He touched on some of everything. You notice the difference, Skip? He didn't say, they did this and they did that. I turned the ball over. I need to play better.
For once, he didn't say we need to call better plays.
No, don't worry about that, Skip. You had your turn. You could have put that in there. This is my turn now. So I'm saying Aaron Rodgers is doing right. This is why you have to be very mindful of throwing people under the bus and calling people out. Because guess what happens? It normally happens this way. You call somebody out, You go out there, lay an egg. Well, he didn't really lay an egg. He threw for 342, but he had 2 turnovers. And he wasn't sharp as he was, because I looked up one time and I'm like, dang, Aaron, you already done missed 10 throws? He normally goes the whole game and maybe missed 10 throws. Now he's at the first, he's like, first 15 minutes in the ball game, and he's missed 10 throws. So he wasn't sharp. But Aaron Rodgers is not going to be the reason why they continue to falter. The defense just do their, because here's the thing, now, Skip, yeah, he turned the ball over. But the defense get paid just because the offense turns the ball over. That doesn't mean you got to let them score. You can keep them out of the end zone if you so desire, because that's what you get paid to do.
They kept Buffalo out of the end zone. Well, they did. 22-0.
Oh, Buffalo.
Right? Well, Buffalo keeps winning road games. I don't know how they do it.
No, that was the home thing for them.
Yeah, but I mean, they won at Minnesota, right? Huh.
Fluke.
Yeah, fluke. I don't know.
Skip!
Huh? You going to defend your old quarterback, the guy that you made a Super Bowl
Before you
winner?
keep going, I actually side more with you.
Thank you.
Today.
Thank you.
And here's why, Shannon. When I look at the Green Bay Packers, and I'll just go from a percentage standpoint. If I'm giving percentages, I say 60% of this loss.
Yeah.
Mason Crosby, come on now. 40% of this, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But for me, grand scheme of things, Aaron Rodgers has to be better.
Yeah.
And it's not so much what he's doing on the field of play. It's when he comes to this. What disturbed me more than anything, we heard him blame himself and take a lot of blame. But during the game, it did not look like that. Skip, it did not look like that. When he's walking to the sideline and he sits on the bench, he looks disgusted. Like, woe is me. I'm in this situation again. Give me better play calling. Guys, make some plays. It doesn't look like I need to play better.
Right.
I didn't see an Aaron Rodgers that leads his team, and you said it, set the tone.
Yep.
He sets the tone. If he comes to the sideline and he pulls us together and he says, guys, regardless about the play call, this is what we got to work with. Let's go. Did I see that yesterday?
No.
Absolutely not. Now, they do struggle at Ford Field, and they have in the past. But Aaron Rodgers sets the tone. Skip, you said it, and when you said it, I wrote it down because that is exactly 100% accurate. He sets the tone for that team. Mason Crosby, pending the energy that his offense has, I don't know if he missed those kicks. Now, he missed them. And to your point, he cannot miss those kicks. He is too good of a field goal kicker to miss not just one, not just two, not just three, but four.
That was the first time since 1980.
Like
a field goal kicker's had that kind of
raw
you cannot have that.
And by the way, he was 10 of 11 coming in.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
And the one he missed cost him the game against Minnesota.
It really, and you saw Mike McCarthy doing everything he possibly could to give him some confidence. Like a series where we thought they're going to go for it. Nope, let's let Mason come out here and kick a field goal right before the end of the game. You know you're going to lose, but let's give him some something to go into next week.
And he made it.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers comes out and he consoles him. My issue was not with the way Aaron performed. He did have 2 turnovers. Whatever, I'll take that. But your demeanor, your disposition during the game, it sets the vibe, it sets the tone to everyone. Your play caller is more confident. You make those throws. You come off the sideline. You fire your guys up. You say, guys, this is what we have to work with. Let's get it done, because this is what you've had to work with all year, the last year, all these years, and you've been able to overcome it.
And what makes the Packers so good, Skip and Greg, you know this. If my defense struggles, what's the one thing I can't do? Turn the ball over.
Can't do it.
So if they can't stop them from driving 80 yards and getting touchdowns, what's the likelihood of them stopping them from going 28, 29 yards?
So, Greg Jennings, you played a lot of football with Aaron Rodgers, and you won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Jessica made the catch of the game in that Super Bowl. You have brought up on this show before that you have experienced some occasional negative energy and finger pointing from Aaron Rodgers. Is that what you experienced yesterday?
I didn't experience the finger pointing. I mean, he owned, and here's my issue has always been, if you're gonna own it, just own it. Just own it. And he owned it, but he didn't own it in totality, because during the game,
he don't own it in the moment. That's what bothers
it's in the moment. It's in the moment. Like, because when you're watching the game as a fan, if there's no volume on, you're looking at his demeanor and you're like, man, they're letting him down again.
Right.
When, in all honesty, he was letting his team down too.
Yep.
So he wasn't stepping up to the plate and hitting you said, when you call someone out like that, it is paramount that you come out and you are not the reason why. You eliminate yourself by your performance.
Okay.
He did not eliminate himself.
Thank you. So why do I call Aaron Rodgers the LeBron James of the National Football League?
Because he's the best player in the NBA?
Well, true. No, true. They are both supremely talented. But as a leader, you cannot let your body language show the public you are disgusted with your teammates' performance, that you don't have enough help around you, because they see it too, and then they feel inferior, and they're going to respond as inferior teammates from that point on. You got to rally the troops. You got to have positive energy. That's why Baker Mayfield has been so good so far.
Skip, you know what I didn't like this week? And it might have been the case when he was asked about the week of preparation leading up to the game. Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Yeah, with the young receivers. It wasn't so great. Didn't look so good. It wasn't.
Lie.
Yes.
You got to lie to
You
him.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Because these are young guys. They're going into the game. This is all you have to work with.
Because Cobb was out and Geronimo was out.
Yes,
So
but
you're going to be throwing to
you
two
set
new
a
guys.
message.
But you got to fool them. Sometimes, Coach, it might be a situation where you like, man, this going to be rough. But you got to fool them.
You do.
Sometimes you got to lie
Fake
to
it.
the guys and give them false hope. Oh, man, he believe in us. Man,
When you're going into the game with a quarterback that you know is not your man, if it wasn't John back there throwing to you with that
we was
7,
going to be, we good.
We good.
We just go, hey, just
We got
do
all
what
the
we
faith in
always
the world
do.
in
Hey,
him.
make our plays and we're going to be fine.
For Bubby, right?
Yeah.
You got to make plays for Bubby.
Like, ooh.
You love sayings around here. I feel like fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah, you got
Just pretend.
But in the team sport, especially football, because you got so many players.
Yeah.
You got to lie. You got to lie.
They hurt him. All right. Well, another person who, I don't know, maybe is a little to blame, Jason Garrett. Is he to blame for the
For real, Skip?
Cowboys'
Here we
loss
go.
last night?
Here we go.
Where's that segment when
Coach
we
Clapp?
blame Dak?
I don't know.
Where's that segment?
That's next.
Where's that segment?